Chapter 23: Fasting in Modern Fitness and Athletic Performance. In the modern world of fitness and athletic performance, fasting has gained significant attention as a potential tool for enhancing both physical appearance and performance. Athletes, bodybuilders, and fitness enthusiasts have increasingly incorporated various fasting methods into their training regimens, seeking to optimize fat loss, improve endurance, and enhance metabolic flexibility. However, while fasting offers potential benefits for some, it also presents challenges, particularly for individuals whose bodies are pushed to their physical limits. This chapter explores the role of fasting in modern fitness, its impact on athletic performance, and the specific considerations that athletes must take into account when integrating fasting into their routines. The rise of intermittent fasting in fitness. One of the most popular fasting strategies in modern fitness is intermittent fasting, IF, which involves alternating between periods of eating and fasting. The most common approaches to IF include the 16-8 method, where individuals fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window, or alternate day fasting, where fasting occurs on certain days of the week. Proponents of intermittent fasting argue that it helps improve fat metabolism, allowing the body to burn stored fat more efficiently while preserving muscle mass. For many people seeking to lose weight or improve body composition, intermittent fasting has become an attractive option due to its simplicity and flexibility. It allows individuals to eat within specific windows, often reducing overall caloric intake without the need for strict calorie counting. Fitness enthusiasts frequently adopt intermittent fasting to support fat loss while maintaining lean muscle, especially during cutting phases, when athletes aim to reduce body fat while preserving muscle before competitions or events. However, while intermittent fasting has shown potential for aiding in fat loss, its effects on muscle maintenance and athletic performance are more complex. For athletes whose primary goal is to build or maintain muscle mass, fasting can sometimes lead to challenges in meeting the caloric and protein intake needed to support muscle growth. Training in a fasted state, particularly in the early morning, may also limit performance due to depleted glycogen stores, the body's primary fuel for high-intensity activities, potentially leading to fatigue or reduced strength output during workouts. Fasted training. Pros and cons. Fasted training, working out in a fasted state, typically in the morning before eating, has become popular in the fitness community as a way to maximize fat burning. The theory is that by training with low glycogen stores, the body is forced to rely on stored fat for energy. Some studies have supported the idea that fasted training may enhance fat oxidation, the process by which the body breaks down fat for fuel, making it a potential strategy for those seeking to reduce body fat. Endurance athletes, in particular, may benefit from training in a fasted state. Research suggests that low glycogen training can improve the body's ability to utilize fat as a fuel source, potentially increasing endurance by sparing glycogen stores for longer. This is known as enhancing metabolic flexibility, allowing athletes to switch between burning carbohydrates and fats more efficiently during prolonged activities. However, fasted training is not without its downsides. Training without sufficient glycogen stores can lead to reduced strength and power output, making it less effective for athletes engaged in high-intensity or anaerobic activities like sprinting, weightlifting, or CrossFit. Additionally, fasted training may increase the risk of muscle breakdown, as the body may turn to muscle protein for energy when glycogen is depleted. This is particularly concerning for athletes focused on muscle hypertrophy, muscle growth, as inadequate protein intake and increased muscle breakdown can hinder progress in building and maintaining lean muscle. For many athletes, a balanced approach, combining fasted aerobic training with fed high-intensity or strength training, can provide the best of both worlds, allowing them to maximize fat loss while preserving muscle and performance. Post-workout nutrition also plays a crucial role in mitigating muscle loss, as consuming protein and carbohydrates after training helps replenish glycogen stores and repair muscle tissue. Fasting and endurance. Athletes. Endurance sports, such as long-distance running, cycling, and triathlons, present unique challenges and opportunities when it comes to fasting. For these athletes, maintaining steady energy levels during extended periods of activity is critical, and fasting can both support and hinder this goal. Fasting may improve metabolic efficiency in endurance athletes, teaching the body to rely more on fat for fuel during long events. Since the body's fat stores are much larger than its glycogen reserves, increasing fat utilization can delay the onset of fatigue, known as hitting the wall. Some athletes even use intermittent fasting or periodic fasts as part of their training to improve this fat adaptation process, making their bodies more resilient during long races or events. However, endurance athletes must be cautious with fasting, especially during intensive training periods or competitions. Prolonged fasting can lead to energy deficits where athletes fail to consume enough calories to meet their training demands. Over time, this can result in reduced recovery, compromised immune function, and an increased risk of injuries due to muscle and joint breakdown. For athletes training at high volumes, maintaining adequate energy intake, particularly through carbohydrates and healthy fats, is essential for optimal performance and recovery. During races or competitions, fueling strategies become even more important. Athletes need to ensure they are consuming enough carbohydrates during the event to maintain energy levels, as relying solely on fat for fuel can impair performance, especially at higher intensities. Fasting or low carbohydrate strategies are generally not recommended for race day, as they can lead to bonking, sudden fatigue and energy depletion, and suboptimal performance. Fasting and bodybuilders whose goals revolve around muscle mass, definition, and fat loss often turn to fasting as part of their cutting phases. By fasting, they aim to reduce body fat while maintaining muscle definition, a delicate balance that requires careful attention to macronutrient intake and timing. Intermittent fasting, in particular, has become a favored method among bodybuilders who want to optimize fat burning without compromising muscle mass. Some bodybuilders follow the 16-8 method, timing their workouts within the eating window to ensure they can refuel immediately after intense training sessions. This strategy allows them to reap the benefits of fasting for fat loss while still providing their bodies with enough protein and nutrients to support muscle recovery and growth. However, bodybuilders must be cautious of the potential downsides of fasting, particularly when it comes to protein intake. Consuming adequate protein throughout the day is critical for muscle maintenance, and fasting windows may limit the amount of time available for protein consumption. Some bodybuilders overcome this challenge by consuming large, protein-rich meals during their eating windows or incorporating protein supplements like whey shakes to ensure they are meeting their daily needs. Additionally, bodybuilders who engage in prolonged fasting may experience catabolism, the breakdown of muscle tissue, if their fasting periods are too long or if their post-workout nutrition is inadequate. To avoid this, many athletes adopt a hybrid approach, incorporating fasting during periods of light training or rest days while consuming more frequent meals on heavy training days.